Our job was simple. Pull the dead bodies out of each car. That train ride might have been 4 days or 5 days or more days. There were maybe 80, 100, 150 people jammed into each car with no water or food. The sick died quickly, the elderly more slowly, the infants merely suffocated. All of those bodies had to be dragged out after the alive people could walk out. In each car was a bucket that was for urine or shit or vomit. Someone in the car would have lifted it to a small window to try to empty it during the journey. That wasn't always successful. So that was something we scrubbed clean in that car. Sometimes those people had been fighting, maybe over space or that bucket or food, and there were always menstruating women. So we had blood to remove out of that car. Our punishment for not cleaning it quickly enough or thoroughly enough was to be shot. So we worked hard and we worked fast. All the bodies loaded onto carts, hauled off to be burned. Luggage, coats, off to the storehouse to be sorted and sent back to Germany. But the people, you're probably asking me, right? Where were they? Didn't they see this? Didn't they protest? Of course not. They had maybe a minute with the selection committee. All of those deemed useful for labor, very, very few. They were hurried off quickly to be shaved and deloused, tattooed, assigned barracks, and they were taken away very quickly before they could see the fate of their wives, their children, their mothers, their fathers. And they were all assured that they'd be fine. They'd be given a ride to the showers. They were forced into trucks and rushed to the buildings. And even then, naked in front of hundreds of other people, with watchful Nazis with machine guns, they didn't know. Even when they were shouted at and screamed at and pushed into the shower room, packed into that shower room, they didn't know. Nobody told them. Maybe when the gas descended, they had a second to understand. When I made my escape, all I could think about was getting out to tell the world so they would know the ugly truth. We hid for 3 days behind the barracks under a pile of planks. Our pockets were stuffed with Russian tobacco soaked in gasoline. And when the hounds sniffed around us, they didn't bark. So I can tell you that worked. But telling the world, that didn't work so well. The world didn't want to hear about such a horrible thing. They didn't want to believe us. And I'm telling you now, keeping silent will not save you. Looking away while it happens to somebody else will not save you. Believing that nothing is real will not save you. Show it and scream it and tell it. And make sure you have that tobacco just in case.